Hey guys, super excited. We are back for another CapCut training. Today, we're going to go a little bit deeper than we went in the last training and really just make sure that you're comfortable enough with video content, have a little surprise of sharing with you guys. So stay tuned if you're watching this replay, and if you're watching it live, get ready for some questions. So super excited because as you guys know, CapCut is my bestie. I have so much fun in CapCut. Before we dive too deep into some detailed training that I want to show you on the iPad, I do want to show you guys one of my favorite features that I think is better on the computer before we go over to the iPad. So we're recording. If you miss anything, do not worry. I promise you that I will send it over to you, okay? So just as an FYI, we're recording this. So when you are doing those longer videos, whether it is an Instagram live, whether it is maybe you have some YouTube videos that you've already created and you want to pull little short clips, I know a lot of people have paid for Munch, and a lot of people have paid for Opus clips, but those are very expensive. And in my opinion, you can do all of those features inside of CapCut now. And so a lot of people don't know about it, mostly because, like I said, I think it's better on the desktop app than it is on the mobile apps. This is the one feature that I'm like, it's better here. So let me share my screen and we're going to dive into it. All right, so this is CapCut, obviously, and this is the desktop version. Here you will see at the top this option that says long video to shorts. There's some other things here, script to video and all that, but long video to shorts is one that I have utilized a lot. You'll notice it opens up a different interface. So like if you have projects that you've already done, they'll show up here. Now, I also wanted to tell you this is a pro feature. However, I don't know how much y'all see, how much Opus Clips and Munch is. This is $9.99 and I get 300 minutes a month to use. So for me, for $9.99, it's worth it. To me, this is one of the features that I feel like I pay for. And so I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, this is not, something that I can do. I will, at the end of this call, I will actually go through the process to show you guys how to get in for the $9.99. Just remind me about it. But you can upload from Google Drive, Dropbox, or if you have like a video that's on your phone and you've put it in the cloud space in CapCut, you can pull that here. Or if you've downloaded something, you can also pull that over here. So I'm going to show y'all, this one's really short. It was like a 5-minute video. However, it does automatically open up 4 videos from the 5-minute video, and it'll tell you about where the time's on. It'll tell you whether it's good, well structured, on topic. And then what I love is once you go into edit, never just export it, because y'all know they'll get our words wrong. Always go into edit. Edit's going to take you here. And I know you could edit it here. You could change things here. Oh wait, hold on. Y'all, are y'all seeing this? Are y'all still seeing this? Because now for some reason it looks like y'all aren't seeing this. No. Okay. See, that's why I asked. All right, let me go back into it. CapCut again. All right. So I'm going to pull back out because I don't think y'all saw any of this. So this is once CapCut opens up a different interface, and this is the reason, y'all, when CapCut says, have you updated to the latest version? Update to the latest version, because this is where your long video to shorts on the desktop is going to go. And so I'm going to repeat this. You're going to drag and drop your files here. You can pull them from Google Drive, Dropbox, or Space. And again, you have 300 minutes. It'll tell you how much time you have left. So if you've utilized, an hour-long video, 60 minutes, you only got 240 left. But the video has to be under 3 hours and under 10 gigabytes in file size. But if, I know we have people from all over, this does support different languages. So I do think that is a feature that a lot of people might really enjoy if they are doing content that's in multiple languages. And then again, like I said, I've already got some previous projects here. I actually have a lot more than this, but once I edit them, I pull them out of this space because I want to be able to see them in the other platform, which is what we're about to go to. So this one is a short video. It was 5 minutes. It gave us 4 different clips out of it. Again, they're short little clips talking about something, and you'll see kind of what it's about. You could automatically export it from here. Don't do that. Like, just don't do that. You want to make sure it's polished the way you want it. So just go into edit. Now, once you open up edit, the long form has an editing feature. So you could go in and change the caption style, change the layout to fit a different size. So depending on what size it was, you could make it like this video was actually fit for YouTube, but we made it feel for short form. If you were trying, this is not going to let it, but if you had multiple shots, you could do a split video here as well. Again, this is not where I want to edit because there's only so much you can do still because this side of the platform is still being created. So I actually like to hit edit more, and it's going to import it into the regular CapCut for a project. So now I'm going to stop sharing because it's going to go away. And I'm going to reshare the regular CapCut platform. So now it is here inside of CapCut, and I can fully edit it the way I would want to. So for me, obviously they do a hook in their cover photo. So they'll let you do a cover design, which you see here. But let me exit that. But I want the hook on the screen. So they said, what's next for Hope? Exciting milestones ahead. I might just put like, what's next for Hope? Or this is our 5-year plan or something like that here. And again,
what's next for Hope?
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to play. Pause. So you can add that default text here. And again, this is just like we showed the other day, where you would type it in however you want it to look. For me, I'm going to use a font like Ingenious because it's something that matches an Instagram font already. And then I might just put what our 5-year plan. And of course, this is her target audience is donors. So if I was trying to reach people I would have different hooks. And that's why it was so important what we talked about on yesterday's office hours is your hooks really need to fit who the target audience is. So she's talking to donors here. This is probably going to go on LinkedIn. And so, yeah, this is how this would look. Sorry, let me show y'all how I would probably have it. And if she had more room above her head, I would put it above her head. So now you can edit the captions. Don't forget that you don't have to leave these captions looking raggedy. I hate raggedy looking captions, y'all. So you want to be able to go into captions. First off, make sure that you're actually saying the words you're saying. You guys remember I showed y'all how to remove filler words. We're going to go into that a little bit deeper over here on the iPad in just a minute, but it will transcribe it. If there's any filler words, it will remove it. She did a really good job because this was a planned photo shoot, so there's not a lot of filler words. But if there was, it would remove that, and then you could remove the word and the part of the video where they say that. And then right here, where you're going into these basics and templates, there are some that are paid, but you obviously can also find some that are not paid. So like this version right here. So now you see her words are popping up differently. I'm not really a fan of the one word. I think we're grown enough that we don't need to see one word on the screen at the time. I like more of a line. Let me look for glow monoline. And that's still not giving me the one I want. All right, so you could scroll through here and find the ones you want. There we go. They're a little bit further down. And find the ones you want to make it look a little bit better. There's some free ones here, so don't think everyone is paid. But it just lets you see how they would pop up. And then if you want them to be all caps, that's over here in basics. So you just change it to the case letter. So you'd put it in uppercase, lowercase, or title case, which means the only reason I don't like title case is sometimes that means after every it's not, what is the word I'm looking for? Like after an apostrophe, it will capitalize as well. So I'd rather just go to all caps. It's easier to read, and it just flows a little bit better. So those are just some easy changing those things out here in CapCut. Yes, Takira, let me allow you to come off. Hold on, where'd you go? You were at the top and then you went away.
I'm here.
Okay.
So you started off, you uploaded the video inside of the app on your laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went and started editing on your iPad?
No, right now I'm still on my laptop. I haven't gone to the iPad yet.
Okay.
Yeah, right now I'm fully good questions. I am using the desktop version of CapCut. I'm just showing long to short videos right this second, checking up on if you came in late, don't worry, it's all being recorded. But all of this right now is still inside of the desktop version. There are a few little tricks that I want to show y'all inside of the mobile version on my iPad that looks a little bit better. But for the most part, like we talked about the other day, if you're editing a lot of videos at a time, you're gonna find it easier to do them on a laptop, especially if you can hook a mouse up to your laptop, because the dragging and the selecting is a lot easier to do than with a trackpad, unless you're using an iPad with an Apple Pencil or something like that. That's when it becomes a little bit easier. But if you're doing quick edits, meaning you're not doing a lot, do it on your phone. But if you're doing more intense edits, it's a lot easier to do it here on the desktop, okay? Good question, Takir. Other questions before I've been sorry. Hey, for everybody that hopped in while I was in the middle of teaching. Y'all know I do not like to waste any time. I will share this replay to everyone who is here. But I wanted to make sure you guys understood that. The case right here, y'all, please don't forget that, because I promise you it'll save you a lot of time, because you'll find something that you like and you'll be like, I want it to be lowercase. That looks bad. Just change the case to uppercase and it makes it a lot easier. You could also change the font if you don't like the font. Find one that's free. I'm always a fan of these basic, easy to read fonts. A lot of times you guys are choosing cute fonts and they're not easy to read. So I just want to put that out there as a reminder. So this is the long form to short form. Again, and I'm going to stop share for just a moment so I can take you back to the platform that we just showed. But basically, this is going to, depending on how long your video is, it's going to give you a lot of those short videos. We took a live from a client. She had she had about a 20-minute video. It gave us 13 short clips. And of course, it's taken forever to load in, but it gave us 13 short clips. And this is a live with other people. Now, again, y'all see why I do not automatically export, because these titles are right on top of her face. And I would want them more in the middle of the screen versus on top of her face. So I would just do those quick edits to make it simpler and easier for me as the end user creating. Okay. Questions about this or about this platform? Oh, yes. So that was a really good question. And I'll go back and show it again. Ingenious. It's my favorite one because I love the poster font on Instagram, and it looks just like that font. So if you're, and it's a post I have actually going up today, if you're one who edits in both, just depending on what's going on, like sometimes I can do a quick edit in Instagram and I'm like, let's just get this out here, put it up. I will use poster. I obviously have swapped to black and white for readability issues. And so when I'm doing a lot of editing, I like to edit in CapCut, and I don't want to have to edit part of it in CapCut and then come back over to Instagram to put the words on it. It does not matter. We have debunked that myth that you have to write it inside of Instagram. And so I do like the, however you say it, ingenious, something like that. Yes, Lisa, this is a feature in CapCut. This all that we're training on, nothing, no other platform besides CapCut, you guys. So everything that I'm showing you is in CapCut. Now, the long form to short form feature is a part of the paid feature. But again, if you have, I know I tell y'all Canva is definitely worth it. To me, you need one editing platform where you can do it all. And that was my problem. And you guys in the society can vouch for this. Last year, I had an editing platform for videos, just regular edits. I wasn't paying for CapCut. I had an editing app form. I was using Munch for long form to short form video. And then I was using Submagic to put captions on top of the videos. So I was using 3 different platforms last year to really create the content that I wanted. And now I'm able to do all of it in CapCut, which is only $9.99 a month versus I was paying $40 a month for Munch. And then I was paying, I think it was $15 a month for Submagic. So that added up. And then I wasn't paying for CapCut. I was using the free features, but a lot of the free features became paid. And so again, we always want to look at what platform allows us to do the most for the least amount of money. Y'all know that's all I'm going to talk about. And so that's why I decided to shift all of my video editing into CapCut, because I can do the long form to short form. I can do, the captions. I can do a lot of the templates, which is what we're going to get into today and just kind of cover, but it just makes life a little bit easier. So, hey, Jasmine. Hey, Trey. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. All right, other questions before I bounce out of CapCut Desktop and bounce into CapCut on my iPad. And y'all know, raise your hand. You can come off mute if you have a question. I just want to make sure there's nothing confusing or just in general that you have. Let me see. I see a virtual hand, so let me get you to unmute, Chandria.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me unmute. Sorry. I just saw that. I was looking on my CapCut too, how to do it, and I wasn't updated. But the long form, how many minutes would you suggest? Because I have podcast clips that are usually about 20 minutes, but then I also have some things that I do that are 5 minutes, like my YouTube stuff is 5 minutes, but I want to their content, but I want to clip those down. Does it work for 5 minute stuff too, or is it best?
Yeah. So the first video that I showed with the client in the blue, that video was 5 minutes and it gave us 4 clips.
Oh.
So it's going to give you, and you can also go in and say, I want the clips to be, less than 30 seconds. I want the clips to be a minute, or I want you to recommend it for me. Sometimes I'll do that, like you just recommend what feels like a good clip, and then I'll still go back and I may trim it up a little bit more. But basically, it's cutting it down so much for me already. So I think total, and if you're like, oh, I want a couple of minute clips from this 20-minute video, put 20 minutes, put 1 minute, 60 seconds, and then see how many clips it gives you from the 60 seconds. Good question. Really good question. All right, y'all, here is the test. I tested this out and it worked. We're going to see if I can actually share my iPad. So I have a cable connected in and it worked earlier. We're going to see though. Okay, hold on. Can y'all see, how did you hear about CapCut? Can y'all see that? Yes. Don't you love when technology works? Sorry, I'm excited right this second. So this is obviously, well, my pencil's going dead, but it's got a little bit of charge to it. Obviously, this is that when you open up CapCut, this is what you're going to see. We're going to walk through a couple of different things today, but the first thing I wanted to really make sure y'all are comfortable with is these templates. I've shared a little bit about templates before. I think templates are, especially for those of you that have long, like a lot of clips. We were talking yesterday in the society on our office hours, and Sabrina was like, how do I take an hour full face down to, 30 seconds? This is the easiest place for you to do that. And honestly, once you start using templates more, your For You page will be templates that you actually want to use. So just keep in mind that you have this space here for that. Now, there are pro templates. Obviously, if you do not have pro, you won't have these. But let's just say you've got 10 videos and you're like, I don't even know what I want it to look like. Just type in 10 videos, template video, and it's going to give you templates that are 10 videos or photos. And so a lot of times you'll go to an event and you'll be like, I have, let's just say I have 30 videos from this event. We'll type in, a longer video thing. And I think you're going to be able to find them quicker. The other piece that a lot of people forget about before we go into editing is this platform is connected to TikTok. So if there is any trend that you see on TikTok, one that's happened before is like the girl screaming. I know when it comes up, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. It was a trend last year, but this girl right here, I knew she was gonna pop up. So when you are looking for these types of green screen templates, this is where you need to go. Stop trying to I have people send them to, how do they do this? How do they put their own picture or video in the background? They did it right here inside of CapCut. And so if you want these like crazy things, one of the things we did with this one is we took the first 1 year photo here and, oh, okay, I knew she was gonna start talking. I didn't want to hear her screaming. But we took this and we put one of my clients, she is a faith-based. We put her church in the background, like her church, their photo, and put when the cute guy finally comes to church. So this is a fun way to incorporate some fun things into your content. Obviously, I've had some people also use kind of the reverse of this and go search for like the Jennifer Hudson tunnel, and then they put themselves in the tunnel. And so there's lots of things that you can do here in templates if you just search for it. So if you see something and you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. There was one for a long time. I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio was every time you turned around, there was a thing. So if you just know a little bit about describing it, you will be able to search and find what you're looking for, okay? So that's why I said when you see stuff, for one, save it. Don't forget to save content ideas in your save folder or wherever. And then once you're ready to look for it, you may not know exactly what to look for, but you can kind of start searching and be able to also, share some things here. So that is just a little bit here. We're going to do, not Disney. I do want to do some Disney videos, but I'm not ready for all those. And it'll also tell you what's trending. So if I go back all the way to templates, and once you find templates that you like, start following them. I'm not following a lot, but thought I was following some. But you can follow people here as well. And you may see yourself getting notifications like so-and-so made a new template. And so a lot of these creators that do these little vlog templates and stuff, you can follow them and get updates when they make new ones. Now this one is new and I'm gonna put a pause here. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's trying to be smart, but y'all know how some stuff is still too smart and it's not actually giving you what you need yet. So the smart templates are supposed to, where you select them, let's just go into one of the most beautiful underwater. So it will tell you it's making editing a breeze, and you'll see all these sorry, I got lots of photos of my kids in this phone, but it will ask you to put in, what your video is, what you're looking to get, and preview it. Now, I tried it out, y'all. We're not gonna do it today because it's messy. I tried it out and it just didn't trim it exactly where I wanted it to. It was pulling clips out of videos and it would not let me go in and edit them. So it's not my favorite right now. But these are basically AI templates. And so I just wanted you to be able to kind of see and understand the AI templates so you knew that they are coming, which means if they're coming, they're just getting better. Right now, not my favorite, but they are coming. So that's what smart templates are. And again, if you see something trending on TikTok, there is a file just labeled TikTok where you can kind of come and see, oh, how did they do, this effect on TikTok? So there's lots of things here. You can get lost in the sauce trying to go through all these templates, and a lot of times you don't need it. Most of the time, you don't need this cool effect, this little guy right here with the outfit. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth why. Because it looks overly polished. A lot of times I will just pop into lifestyle, which means I just want to do like little clips of something that happened, and then I want to pop them into here. So I do like doing that whenever I'm, recreating something. I've done a couple where I have just popped them in and made them, feel lifestyle-y, feel like, oh, come spend the day with me. And so this is the space where you would want to do that at. So, hey, for everyone who just joined, we are deep into CapCut. We are on the iPad version of CapCut right this second. The first half of the call, we were in the desktop version, just in case you are just hopping on. So I'm going to look at one. And once you find a template that you like, don't forget to save it, because it may be one that you use over and over again. So I'm going to open it up. It is going to make sound. I'm going to try to turn it down a little bit, y'all, but it's going to make sound.
Upset with you. Me?
Okay.
Upset.
Oh, for some reason I was wondering why it wasn't showing my stuff. I'm not logged in over here. It's probably because of the update and me plugging it in. But once you're logged in, save it over here. Save the video like I just was showing you. But let's go into use it. This was from our youth conference last summer. So I'm just gonna pull a couple of clips just to show y'all. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now that I've selected them, if I say, oh, I don't want that little bitty minus that's right above the video, I could hit that and then it would let me replace it. I can also click on it and move which part of the video that I want. So all I did was click the video in the corner, number 1, and now I can move it to say, I want the video to start right here. And then on number 2, I have that same option of I can scroll to select what part of the video. Because a lot of times you may have a 5-minute video and you only need 7 seconds of it. So go pick out the very best part of the video. We're gonna go like right here. And same thing. We're gonna do that same thing here where we're just selecting the best parts. All right, so now once we have those 4 videos in, we're just gonna hit next, and I apologize, it's not letting me turn the sound down. Y'all can listen to it for just a second.
Upset with you.
All right, so it's got the sound over it. So this is something we need to understand when we're doing a template, but the text can absolutely go. So hold on, let me go back to this text, me obsessed with you. I do not need it. Couldn't edit due to the template. Oh, this one has a setting on it. So if I cannot edit it here, when I go into, most of the time you can edit it. They must have this one locked. Most of the time you can delete it. Let me go to another one real quick. I'm gonna save this one, but let's go to another one real quick. Let's go to moments. All right, we're gonna do, oh, this is a good one. I can show y'all a shopping trip. Show that one. Do I want to do kids? Yeah, we'll do shopping. Sometimes you might want 2 of the same video. I don't know how I got that video in. I don't want that video. So you might have 2 of the same video, or you might go back and forth to different clips. So you'll notice here, I'm choosing a couple of the same clips. Of course, I'm going to edit them, get the piece that I want. Wow. And I'm going to change this one out to this one. All right, just again, just pulling some clips. Walk. Walk. And they might be duplicates, y'all. All right, this is how it should be. It should pop up and you be able to say set duration or delete. A lot of times I delete the text off of it until I have it where I want it to be, and then I'll go back and add text. Now, a lot of times with these, the audio you cannot remove. I don't know if it's gonna let me change it. It will let me change it on this one. Sometimes the audio is the audio. It's okay. If you're gonna be utilizing Instagram where you're using a trending audio anyways, the audio doesn't matter because you're gonna be using the audio inside of Instagram. But the media definitely does. So I'm just gonna play it really quickly. This is also another great way, you guys. If you forgot to record a lot, meaning you've got just a couple of clips, but you can reuse the clips and bring it back. For one, it makes it a better looping video because they truly don't know where it starts because there's some videos in there that are used twice. Now, the trick that I love and use all the time, once you've got it where you want it to be and you're like, I like this, the template looks good. When you go to export it, you're going to save and share to TikTok. You may not post on TikTok. You may not even have a TikTok, but you want to save and share on TikTok because it's going to remove the watermark. So you're always going to do that piece of it. And it's going to try to open up TikTok over here. And y'all see, I don't even have TikTok. However, that video is now saved right here in my phone. So just an easy way for you guys to understand that you can, you know, flex on the system a little bit when you're using a template. All right, so like I said, you can go through and search for tons of things here. Templates are my favorite thing, favorite way of life. Before we go on to some of the edits we could not do on the desktop the other day, I am gonna take questions. I'm gonna stop share for just a minute. And yes, Felicia. Oh, hold on, I think I have to ask you to unmute.
Of course, the minute I step away for a second, what was that template you used of sharing? What was the start of that template?
I don't know. You mean like which specific template was it?
Yeah, which one was that?
I'd have to go watch the replay to tell you. It was one I was just scrolling through and just picked one. Is there a specific like I don't want y'all to think that you have to choose a certain template, y'all. Just remember that.
No, I just liked it that one. That's why I just kind of like that.
Yeah, it was just it was underneath lifestyle. I believe it was underneath lifestyle. No, yeah, it was underneath lifestyle. I'll look at it when we pull the replay up. I don't remember the name of it specifically. And it was called Moments. I like those that just give you little bitty clips versus trying to find one that's specific for your thing. So that's a really good question. And I'll make sure it's shared when I share the replay. Yes, Sabrina.
Hello. Okay, so I have a question as far as like with these template. So I posted a video yesterday, try to do the hook. I feel like it came out looking a little ghetto. Be honest. So my question for you, with these templates, do you like will it, I guess like when I try to create a hook, will it kind of like, I don't know, create a story with my videos? I don't know, because like this hook thing is a little tricky for me.
Okay, so we're gonna keep working on hooks, but so somewhat the templates, you should be able to have the hook in the first 3 seconds of the video. If the video is super short and the video cuts quickly, you may have to stretch out your hook to last longer, but it's your hook is really getting them to watch the video. it's the reason that they stay on the video. It's not necessarily meant to flow the video, but it's meant to introduce them to the reason why they want to watch the video. And so when you think about it that way, that changes kind of the perception of how you put it on there. And so I'll go look at your hook and after this call and just kind of give feedback on it. I don't want to look in ghetto, obviously, but I think a lot of times we just forget that we're just giving people words to be able to stay and watch our videos.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think that's what that was your question in the chat. Find one that may help you transition with hooks.
Yep, that's correct.
Right. Yeah, got you. Good question. Any other questions about templates or anything we've covered so far? All right, I do want to be able to show you guys one of the things that I could not show y'all the other day. Oh, wait, you have a question? Hold on, sorry. Sorry, there's a raise hand feature, and so I see y'all sometimes and sometimes I don't. Go ahead, girl. You should be able to unmute.
Okay, now it will not let me unmute. I'm sorry. My question was about the template. So I've run into that problem too, done the whole template, and then when I get to try to remove the words off of it, because it's like, I love you, but that's not what my thing is about, and I want to change what it won't let me. So
yes, that's why at the beginning, always check the words at the beginning. Sometimes there are words on the screen that will, whatever, as the creator of the template. So I've created a template before just to see how it looked. Once you create a template, you get to decide how people can use it. And so if you want your words popping up and you don't want people to be able to delete them, baby, they're going to be popping up. So that's why you always have to check the templates just to make sure, because whatever the person who created it decides how they want to use it is how you have to use it. And so like even sometimes there's a filter on there that's like dark or too bright. And I'm like, I don't like that. I can't change it because that's the way the creator did it. So I'd have to go find something else. So that's why I really try to stick to the basic plain Jane templates.
Yeah, I'm getting more into templates now because I find them to be easy for quick things.
Yes, if you especially are wanting to edit something kind of quickly and you've got just a couple of videos to put together, like for me this weekend when I'm at Mom 2.0, I'm not going to want to go through and every video pull out clips. I'm going to take some clips, pop them into CapCut templates, and then that way it pops out what all happened. Now, if there's a good clip of me speaking, I'll pull that out, but I don't want to have to be pulling out all those clips. And when you're doing events, especially if you're like a lifestyle creator, and I say that all of us in some way, whether we own a business or not, should be showing off some feature of lifestyle. And so that's an easy way to just pop things into one place and then be able to have it come out in the way that you want. You don't have to worry about the transitions or the cuts or any of that because it's already done in the template. Good question. All right, we're going to, yes, y'all, if you forget about templates, I'm going to be pushing them to you all month long. For those that are in the society, one of the things this month, as we're transitioning away from trending, we're still going to have some trending audios, but we're going to start more focused on how to create. So we're going to be going into like full creation mode for reels and giving like, here is a great reel for this type of content. And we're going to kind of have step-by-step tutorials for that. So more to come on that. All right, I'm going to hop back into editing, I think. Maybe not. Okay, yay. All right, I'm going to hop back into editing. I'm going to actually pull up a clip I've done for a client recently. And we're going to go into it. So this is a clip for one of my clients. Now, obviously, a lot of you probably see this interface and understand it a little bit more when you're editing, especially on your phone. It looks very similar. Yes, this is my iPad. It's a little bit bigger for demonstration purposes, but basically the iPad version and the phone version are almost the exact same. There may be some minor differences in you having a little bit more visual, but there's very few. So one of the things we're going to do, we're going to start is this video is 50, the total video is 51 seconds. So let me delete this so I can start fresh. So one of the first things we're going to do is there is this clip that is 10.6 seconds. One of the things you guys told me that you struggle with is keyframe. Keyframe is your friend. It is a fun way to add some variety to your content without having to do too much, okay? So at the beginning, when you're trying to do this, there is, and I wish it would let me circle it, but can y'all see my pointer, my mouse? You can? Oh, cool. All right, so right here, there is this little triangle with a plus sign. It's very small. It's right beside the back button. So right there, I'm going to add a keyframe. You will see I can also hit and take it away. But for the plus sign, I'm going to add it. At the end of this video, I'm going to go in and add another keyframe. Now you may be thinking, well, you added the keyframe, cool. Once you have added the front keyframe and the ending keyframe, now you can play with the video. So I want to do a slow zoom into Joy. So here where I've added the second keyframe, I am going to take and stretch the video, sorry. I'm going to stretch it to where she is in focus in the middle. So I have done that. Now, all I did was pinch the video with my 2 fingers and zoom in on it, make it bigger. Now, you're going to see as I hit play what happens. I'm going to mute it just for visual purposes. Slowly, it is going to zoom into her. And I will show y'all the before if you're not familiar with it, because this also is really good for a short clip. So let me give y'all another example of one that's real short. I'm going to split here and split here. All right, so this clip is only 4 seconds. So watch again. Again, you'll have this replay if you need it. At the beginning of the clip, I'm going to add the keyframe. At the end of the clip, I'm also going to add the keyframe. Now, again, I'm going to go here. And y'all see, I've even moved it over some because I want her to be in the center once it's finished zooming. So here, I'm going to hit play. And y'all see it's slowly zooming into her. And then it popped right back out. This is such an easy way to add definition, add some creativity to your content without doing too much. Keyframes are your friends, and especially when you're opening a video and you want to hook them in, even if it's something boring like taxes, you could have your head at the beginning, a little bit further away, and as you're speaking, it zooms in big on your face. It changes the whole video so quickly. And you'll see that. Like, I could just have the video, but when I have it where it zooms into her, and this is a huge point because I've watched it before, that adds that depth to that video that's needed there. And it does so without you having to do too much. And you can do this on your phone. A lot of times, I love editing in my iPad, but when I'm needed to edit for one of my clients, Sharon, a lot of times I'm on the go and she has either a brand deal that we're editing for. And so I'm editing on my phone this same thing. And it's just as easy to do the keyframes there. You just need to be able to pinch that video in and out and add it on. So everybody, do y'all feel like now you understand the keyframes and how they work? Okay, let me see, make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Oh, yay. I'm glad, Felicia. Okay, cool, good. So that's some simple things here that a lot of people, like I said, are missing. We talked about it briefly in the training on Sunday night, but I do just want to, mention, if you're talking about something, I mentioned Sabrina yesterday talking about makeup, and I was like, you don't always have to put full overlay completely over you. The overlay feature, which let me not get my son who's been playing with it. Let's just say she wanted to talk about this lady. She could have it just pop up small here in the middle, and she was talking about it. So the overlay feature, if you were doing a makeup tutorial, could be a picture of the product. Even though you're putting it on, maybe a big picture of the product pops up and you remove the background. I'm not gonna, background removal is not a pro feature. I don't know if it's gonna work because this is not a background removal spot, but let me add another one. Y'all saw some of my clients' work. She had she has the undergarments, and I think, yep, she has these undergarments. So we're gonna add that here and see if it allows for background removal here. I'm gonna see, it may not work. I'm gonna put it on auto. So it did pretty well, removing the background. So if I was trying to just show off the undergarments, I could do this. I can also crop it, which just basically means I'm gonna resize it. I don't need to get logged in here because it's not letting me use all my tools. But basically y'all see that you could pop this over and show off something. So if you had a product, you could pop it here and just show it off. Just do that. But you also can be, a lot of times people forget, you don't have to have the thing. You could have it where it pops completely over the screen. You could make it fill the screen and say, I want y'all to meet Ayana from the Conscious Pearl. But you could also say, I want y'all to meet Ayana from the Conscious Pearl, and just have a piece of it on the screen while you are still speaking in the background. And so I also told Felicia yesterday, she was wanting to do news articles. She could be speaking in the background and have the news article headline popped up to the side of her. She doesn't need to have it, the videos, even though videos do, they capture your attention. Obviously, you could also have that to the side. Now, another thing is you could also, let me go into the video library and see. I don't know if I have any of Joy in here. I may have some. But if I was doing, let's just say this was Joy and her husband, it's me and mine, but let's just say it was, and she was talking about, you know, your life as a spouse or something, that I could have a moment where she's talking about life as a spouse, and then I take and put the overlay with the spouse here. So now the video cuts away, and then there's an overlay on top of the video. So you can also do that with CapCut, is overlay that part of your video. So, and then after the kiss, I would be like, okay, let's cut that, cut there, split. Let's delete the second half, and then it goes right back to her talking. So these are just easy options to make your videos look a little better. If Felicia is doing a, you know, demonstration of her cooking and she's talking about the recipe, there could be clips popping up of her cooking on top of it. It adds depth without her having to do a whole bunch of, let me edit every step that I do. No, let me just talk about what I cooked for dinner tonight. And then on top of it is videos of her cooking. Patricia, I know she does a lot of thrifting. So she may have a completely styled outfit from the thrift shop, but then there's videos of her while she was out thrifting that pop up on top of the video. So that's what I mean by saying you can add depth without trying to do too much, without trying to make it crazy. For Lisa, I know she has lots of videos of her also teaching her students, or she has like pretend videos that we shot when we were in Atlanta of her with kids around her. And so she could be talking about, you know, the reason why kids need more than just learning their ABCs. And she could be talking about the phonetic sounding and all that, but have pop-up videos of her teaching on top of her talking. And so those little pieces make your videos better. And when I tell y'all, it doesn't take a lot. We have done so much to where we have made it that it's got to be pie in the sky, crazy editing, and it doesn't have to be. Y'all saw how quickly we just popped a video over it. I didn't do any crazy transition to the video. I literally just popped the video there. Same for Takira. I know she has shots of her pulling up at houses where she's getting ready to, you know, admit their fertility drugs. She could be talking to camera and have a whole video beside her, like a picture in picture of her you know, going to the house, administering the drugs. And so also this is a great way, if you've had a video do well, you could take that video that did well and now talk about it, whatever it may be. So if you had a video where you're talking about, let me try to use somebody else. Let's see. Who's not on? Oh, Toya's not on, but I know she does a lot of home renovations. And she has a lot of old videos where she's done home renovations. Matter of fact, while we're here, I can pull up stuff. Let's go pull it up so I can show y'all exactly what I mean. She moves with purpose. All right, this is Toya, just so y'all know. And she has a lot of renovation videos where she does reveals. So this video is old from 2022. Let's see if it'll let me pause it. It will not. Sorry. So this video from 2022, she could take and literally take this video out, put it to the side, and her talk about what made her, she's doing a voiceover here, so it's really good already, but she could remove the voiceover and talk about what made her decide to do this to this movie room, the family movie room. And so that's what I mean when I say you guys can actually take old videos and repurpose them that way. So that's another way to repurpose them and make them just into better pieces of content, by just you talking about it and just saying that, you know, this happened, you know, here's an update on it. Maybe that's what you're also doing, is showing you there's an update. Or, you know, since this video, I've also done X, Y, and Z. And so I just wanted to give y'all an example of how you could also do that when you're utilizing overlays and CapCuts and speaking. Okay. So I'm going to delete that off. I don't know if I have something. Let's see. This is another one that was a really long video. It was over 10 minutes when we started. And you'll notice, let me see. Is this the one I trimmed down? This is not the one I trimmed down, but I will go and show you guys really quickly how I took the 10 minutes like we talked about. And then I took on my client's page and we made them into a little mini series. So if you do have a lot, I love when people do a little mini series, because it makes it fun for your audience. They're looking forward to it. And so we did, I want to say we did 3 or 4 from that 10-minute video. Yes. So we did 3. And so all we did was, so I'm not going to pull them up, but we did this one, the one beside it. And then we went a little deeper in part 2. And so then we did some in her stories because it was a lot of it. But y'all see, it performed really well. People like to hear from you. I am going to play one of them because you'll see where I zoomed in. So it's going to be a little loud for just a second.
I think we're going to do a Q&A, mother and daughter Q&A. We don't know what the questions are.
We don't. We actually did not rehearse anything.
It's not rehearsed. So no criticism, people. Okay. I'm going to go first because I'm the mom.
Y'all see, that was a just short jump into sharing and then jump right back out. And so a lot of times we forget we can jump in and jump back out. Like it can be so quick like that. Yeah, Chandria, do a series. Y'all, if I could tell you, I'm gonna stop sharing so y'all can see my face. If I could tell you one of the things people love right now, and it's gonna bring you new followers, is if you do a series. And it doesn't have to be a long one, but if you do at least 10, by video 9, new people are watching and they're gonna go back and watch 1 through 8. And so I do find, you know, the series that I have coming up, I was testing with it yesterday, was if I was a blank, then I would do blank. And so I think that's going to be my series of, you know, just telling people if I was this type of creator, this is what I would do. But there's so many opportunities for you to take people on a journey with you through a series. Now, Sabrina, how long did it take for each video? For Sharon's, the mom, the 10-minute videos? We cropped them down to, now it didn't take long because I used the long form to short form. And so it gave me, from the 10-minute video, it gave me 7 clips. And so it did not take a long time. I just went through and trimmed them up. And then I did the little jump cuts where I would zoom in, zoom back out. So totally you could absolutely do 10 minutes per video. If as you're starting out, let's be realistic. You're starting out, you're gonna make a mistake, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't like that. But 10 minutes, you should be able to trim a video down and have it ready. If it's taking you longer than that, I would start asking yourself, what part am I making complex and complicated? Meaning, am I trying to make it too perfect, which I've talked about with some of my students before? And if you are, just simplify it and just say, let's shorten this down and let's just get this piece out. Because a lot of times y'all have so much value in what you have to say, but because you're over here overcomplicating things, you're now taking you 30 minutes on a video that's still not done, and then you don't put it out. What is worse, spending 30 minutes complicating the editing process, and now you never put it out because it's not ready, or saying, I'm gonna keep it simple, 10 minutes, put the video out. And Felicia said, your series on weight. Yes, Felicia, your series on the weight loss journey would be amazing. But also, like, there's so many with the weight. Like, there's so many with weight loss because you literally can talk through your daily walk. Like, just literally, I know you used to, I'm sure you still do, have a daily walk or time that you're moving your body. You could also talk them through the question came up in my accountability group. I have a Facebook accountability group for our weight loss. And literally the question came up today was, what are y'all doing when you don't want water, but you don't want to drink sodas or juice? And I started going through, well, first thing I'll have sparkling water, then I'll have this, then I started naming off things. So imagine a series on, start easy. Here's the first thing you can do if you don't want water, but you're trying to continue on your weight loss journey. So that's a great series. So girl, we could name series for days. And you also could go into Claude or ChatGPT and say, this is what I want to do. These are series that go and see what series are popping in your niche and say, I want to do something like this in my niche. Give me 20 ideas that are similar to this series. Then don't go out and copy it, but similar to that series that you could do something on. So yeah, girl. Yeah. All right. I know we're at time, y'all. I apologize. Y'all know sometimes I can get over, and I love teaching if you cannot tell. But I do want to give y'all time for Q&A, and then I want to be able to go in and show y'all the CapCut shortcut, so to speak. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to download CapCut. All right, let me allow for y'all just to come off mute because I had it turned off for recording purposes. But let me put it back where y'all can just unmute yourselves. All right, Felicia, go ahead when you're ready, girl. Hold on, you're still on mute.
I had to step away a trillion times, so apologize up front. So if I'm creating a series, Alicia, how am I starting this, girl? Am I starting this with a template? Like, if I'm gonna do a series, what would you recommend for me to do this the simplest freaking way possible without me getting in the way of that?
So you already have a lot of content. So the simplest way would be to take some of the videos you already have of either you working out, like I know you got workout videos because I shot them myself, and just say voiceover, pop it into CapCut. You could do the zoom in and out. You could do that, but you also can literally just say, I want to walk y'all through the, 10 things I did on my journey to losing 100 pounds. And video 1 says the first thing that you did. Video 2, and it could continue being voiceovers over different things that you've done. I know you've got yourself sitting in the hotel room drinking your water. You've got the videos. You just need to do the voiceovers now. Because I think just trying to put words on top of it is not going to connect as well as them hearing your voice with it.
Right. Right. Okay. What should I do? Anything in a template? What do you think? Or no?
You can absolutely do. I wouldn't do a series in a template because to me, a series is you're walking them through something. And so you're going to want to talk, but your templates, all the content that you have, Girl, you could pop it into a template and then put words on it. Like, every Monday I do this, this, and this, or, pop something into a template and just say, these are 5 meals that have helped me on my weight loss journey. You can put the 5 meals in the caption. Like, there's so many options for you there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Chandria. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, same thing for me. I sometimes struggle with creating a series. I've gone through so many. I got a chat GPT list of different series, but just pulling that trigger and doing it. And you made a statement. I think joining your group, you've kind of simplified some things for me. I like how you said, if I was a blank, then I do blank. And some of my things that I put in my series was doing like a 30-day series on imposter syndrome in healthcare as a radiologic technologist, not feeling like you fit in. Also, I get a lot of DMs about people not feeling like they should go travel because they've been at this job for 30 years, but they're not getting the pay they want. So I struggle between which one do I start? Then I start doing all of them. How can I just stay on one? And
so that's going to be the hard part, is realizing once you pick the series, especially if you're going to do a 30-day one, it's not that you can't do 2 posts a day, but you got to understand people are tuning in for this series. I don't need to be all over the place. Let me talk about this series. So once you pick one, because in all honesty, I would, depending on where you're going with target audience, I would love to see a series from you on like a 10-part series on what I would do now if I was going into is it radio technology? I don't want to say it wrong. Radiologic technology. I know my brother-in-law does the same thing, so I should know it better. But he traveled for 2 years, him and my sister, until they, settled down in roots. And so I think you talking about that, the opportunity to travel, people think they only hear about travel nurses. They don't hear about, your travel opportunities. And so I would love to hear from you a series where you're walking them through how to build, like where to go to school. You don't need all, this is what you need. You don't need this. Which, like you said, I think yesterday, which hiring markets to look into. Like there's so many that you could give them there. And I think that taps into the potential of those people who are unsure. I would love to say do a series where it's like, I'm over 30 and I'm unhappy in my career. Here's, 5 reads, a series of 5 of why you should go into rad tech. Like there's girl, series on top of series.
Thank you. I love your brain. Thank you.
That makes us feel so happy to hear somebody say that. Takira, I see your hand, boo. Go ahead.
So I have an issue with the words not aligning with the video inside of CapCut.
Captions or
no, the words, well, the captions with the video.
Okay, so are you editing it on a computer? Or are you editing it on how are you editing? Let me start there.
On a laptop.
Okay, on a laptop. So you should, let me pull up the desktop version, because you should be able to slide it if it's, I thought I had it pulled up. I might have deleted it. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it back up. Talk about this. All right. So when you're inside of CapCut, and I have had that happen before, especially if you remove filler words. I've had it be like,
yes, okay,
you can do just right. It's doing something, and y'all give it a second. It's it's loading. CapCut, it like to take its time. But you can, if you notice it doing that, you can just slide the words. I actually did that to a video yesterday, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pull up one where I have the captions on, and I'm just gonna show you real quick.
And I have another question about filler words. Do you recommend removing the filler words from, like, in the edit feature that asks you to remove the filler words, or inside of the captions? Because if you remove them just from the captions, it doesn't change the wording, right?
So this is one of my funnies with captions. Yeah, on your iPad and on your phone, when you hit remove filler words, it automatically removes that part of the video and
Right.
it removes the words.
Mm-hmm.
On the desktop version, sometimes it just removes the part of the video, but it doesn't take it out of the caption. I've
Mhm.
had that happen twice. Now it's working better. Yesterday I used it and it worked fine. So it could be that they're just still updating. You know, these platforms are mobile first platforms because they know 90% of people are using them on mobile. So it could be that the desktop version is just catching up to the mobile version. But yes, I do like to use that feature because I want to know where the words are. And then sometimes I've had them go to remove a word that actually needed to be there. So I like to look at it first.
Mm-hmm.
So let me show you this and then I'll pull a video in and we'll look at it. So let me share this part of it. So I have it had exactly what you had happen. Y'all know I work with a lot of people in the healthcare industry. And so like let's just if the words weren't matching, let's just play it. It's gonna be a little loud.
But certainly,
So let's just say the but certainly started earlier. In here in the desktop version, I can move it back. I can bring it forward. And so that's an option too. Or if depending on if there's an actual pause or not. So just keep that in mind. If it's not lining up, you have the option to move it here. Okay. You still there, Takir?
If you move it there, will the rest of the words adjust to the video?
They will not, but if you've moved it and they're still off, you can then just but if they're just off slightly, just take and group them, select them all like I just did, and then move them all together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I've had that happen where like I cut a little piece of the video and now all these are off. So then I'll just group them all together and just slide them to fit.
Okay.
But you'll see these little places that are cut right here. These are all her filler words or pauses that are cut out.
Right. That's what I'm seeing. And I think that I found that it's easier to do it on my phone to remove the filler words like in that option because it also removes that portion of the video.
Yeah, and it will do it here too. Let me show you really quickly. Hold on, I need to stop sharing and pull it back up. Let me do I have one that's longer? Let me pull it in. I know I have it. Where I put it yesterday is another question. But let me pull that in and show you because her video from her, I offer now 90-minute sessions where I record content with you. And so in these sessions, depending on how much we get out of it, will depend on how much I can crop up. She only did a 30-minute session because she's a client and she had that opportunity. But in that session, we were able to get, of the 30 minutes, over 15 minutes of good video. So I'm pulling that in to kind of show you, I think, yep, 1421. Let me share my screen. Share CapCut. All right, so this is just the blank video, nothing cut up, all of her talking. So I'm gonna go try to pull the last piece of it. Let's see.
what kind of studies you've had done. I will request them. So sometimes I'm going to be honest, we could spend 2 hours on that first visit.
All right, so this is a lot. So I don't remember where she stops.
Those things done. We finish doing the physical, go over the test you've had done, and then make a plan from there based on those results. So that's typically how the first visit goes for someone who has a few health conditions. For a person,
let me start right there. For a person,
typically how the first visit goes for someone who has a few health conditions.
All right, so I'm gonna cut this and I'm gonna delete all this front. So this is only 16 seconds now. I'm gonna widen it out so we can see it. So I'm gonna go into captions. And we're going to pull a template. There's one I like. We're gonna add it. It has not been working correctly. I don't know why. Wait, I don't need it on the end. All right, let me just pull this one. All right, so it's gonna generate the captions. I know exactly what you're saying. This is short, so I'm not sure if she has a lot, but here in captions, there is this remove filler words options. So I do like it better on the mobile version still, but it's trying, but it will show me these pauses. And so what I can do is click the pauses, remove the pauses, and then I can just hit remove. Now it's removed all of those spaces as well. So that is, I don't know if you've used it maybe in the last
Can you
last
do that
month.
one more time, please? Sorry.
Yep. Let me. All right. So generate the captions.
Or some.
So you once you select them, hold on, it's not letting me hit it. Select it. Stop. Once you hit the plus to generate the captions. Oh no, I know what I'm doing now. Select it. Generate the captions. You got to hit generate captions. Sorry. Once you hit generate, go here in captions and there's a little cut button to remove filler words. It's going to transcribe the filler words. So it's going to do that. Now here, select the places. Like even if you didn't want her to say, I don't know, any word that you pick, the but, you can remove that. Anything that you select on here, you can remove. So if you said something, maybe you said it twice and you want to remove it, then you could select that and it would remove that as well. So now I'm going to hit remove and see how it just cleaned it up that quickly. Are you doing that to Kira?
This is where I like to edit those filler words because it takes out the pauses. But when you do it like only in the captions, it doesn't do that, and then that's what throws off the wording.
Correct. If you do it only in captions, you need to hit filler words and then hit remove. If you just remove the word here from the caption, it's still in the video.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Yay! Glad we could solve that.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all make me so happy on this day. Okay, hold on. Let me see in the chat. All right. Oh, I'm so glad y'all think it's simple. I try my best to make it so simple. Looking up series for makeup artists, and I don't see much. How would I start it? And should I start it based on how I started doing makeup? I would love that. How you started doing your makeup. I would love a series on drugstore finds that are very similar to high-end makeup. I would love girl, I'm telling you, you could do a series of probably a 5-part series on putting on your lashes, and I'm watching every part. But there's probably a lot of ideas there that we could generate into series ideas. It's just gonna start with what you're most interested in telling a story about. And I know that's the piece that we all get stuck on. It's like, what do I want to tell a story about? What makes a lot of sense to me? And y'all are gonna think it's crazy, but it's not a series, but it is a story. And it's we have a garden. I don't garden. We had a garden. Our old house, people had a garden. And right beside the garden, there's this beautiful patch of grass. Like as soon as spring got here, it turned green. The rest of the grass is dead. And so I have this video where I'm telling the story about how it's not about who you are. Sometimes it's about who you're beside. And it's like talking about the soil from the garden, even though there's nobody there gardening anymore, the soil's still good. And so because the grass is by it, and so again, it's a story to start telling people, y'all are not by the right people. Y'all are not connected to people who are of good soil. And so therefore you're not getting watered like you need to, and you're not growing like you need to. And so for me, it's just about taking something that you see in real life, you going to the store and buying makeup, and now telling it into a story. Y'all, there was a time I could not afford that Fenty. And so then you go into, this is exactly what I needed, when I couldn't afford this. And it connects with people so much. So, okay, hold on. Question real quick. Can you recap why I would want to use the desktop versus mobile? Got it. If you are editing a lot of videos, which you need to, sorry. If you are editing a lot of videos, Felicia, do them on desktop. It's going to make it easier for you. You're not going to be pinching with your fingers, and a lot of times I find people get frustrated editing on their mobile because it's a small screen and you're trying to make it perfect. Let's just be real. It's a lot easier and a lot even for instance, let me share CapCut again. If I put my pointer here and I can spread this out for miles. I can get down to the minute second of where she opens her mouth and doesn't close it the right way, and I can cut that piece out. Whereas on your phone, it doesn't give you as much space to do that. So I do love that piece of it, that I'm able to spread it out. I'm able to, like I said, make those little shifts of, I want to move this word didn't match up correctly. I really, really do like the desktop version. It just flows a little bit better, and I can edit a lot more. And for me, I'm also, you guys know, I'm very transparent about it. Processing my ADHD brain, I can set my timer and say I'm going to spend 30 minutes editing video, and then when I'm done, you know, hopefully I check the box and I'm done. But it just makes it a lot easier for me versus I'm on my phone or my iPad and notification pops up, and I'm like, done edited a video, and you know, if you close out a CapCut, you could lose your content that you were just working on potentially, because sometimes it saves and sometimes it doesn't. And so I've had that happen before. Don't have that happening with the desktop. I have it pulled up. It's on its own separate platform. Nothing is getting closed out if I go open another window. So I really do like that feature. So that's probably the reason why I would say I really do like using the desktop version. And how much, so that's what I was about to show y'all. It's a unique way to do it, but if you want to sign up for the $9.99 version, you need to do it on desktop. So I'm gonna try to put this, it's a long link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. This is where you want to sign up for it at, because I'm just gonna put an email. Let me use one I'm not using right now. Let me make up a password. Uh, 1980 oh, that's not what I meant to put. All right, so I'm just making up something right now. Oh, you got to confirm it. I'll go pull it. But once you confirm this here, it should be, this is our old email, so I actually don't have access to it. You should be able to get to the $9.99 page here. Let me see, can I get this email real quick? But that's where you should be able to do it for $9.99. You're not gonna be able to do it on your phone. It's not gonna work. I've tried it a couple of times. Let me just sign in here real quick and see if it works here. Because I can get this email. 1980, that's not right, but it's okay. All right, continue. No, go back. Continue. Let me see if it sends me an email to this so y'all can see. Oh, y'all can't see my screen. Why y'all can't see my screen? Why is it not sharing no more? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so skip all that. Close all that. Close all that. Upgrade. No, not here. Ah, it should take me to the $9.99 one here. All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta find my backlink. I may have to do a video. I did a video on the backlink. Lisa, do you remember? Didn't I show y'all do you remember that, Lisa? Hold on, let's see if she comes.
Yep, you sure did. You showed it to us.
Yeah.
I didn't save the link. I wish I had.
I will find it. There is a backlink. I just gotta find it, y'all. Let me find it. I did give y'all the free trial, but that was only 7 days. I gotta find the link. Y'all, I apologize. It's a link. It's a special link, and I will send it to y'all. So the question Felicia has is, I'm downloading the app to my iMac. Did you say I can grab my content already in mobile app to desktop? Yes. So in your mobile app, if you're signed into it, any content that you have that you want to use, there is like a little cloud button. You hit the cloud button and it will upload it to your cloud space so you can access it on your desktop. And should I sign up in web browser or download the app? I want to make sure I don't miss it. Give me a second on the $9.99. Y'all, let me go look for it because I know I shared it somewhere in the society too. So let me,
I went to my history. I found it.
you
Let
found
me
it?
see. Yeah. Let me see if I can drop it in here.
See if you can drop it in here. Open in browser. Oh, yes, that's it. That's it. And it's working. Oh, Lord. Sorry, y'all, I get excited about little things. It is the link that Lisa just dropped. I knew I had to find it. But if you go here, of course, you go down to the bottom and it's just $9.99, or for the year, $90. So I did for the year just because I didn't want to lose it. But $9.99 ain't bad at all. So this is the link to get it for $9.99, and you do have to open the link on a desktop browser, because if you open it in your phone, it will try to take you to the app.
Alicia, I need to clarify one thing about that. Now, because I have it already on my phone and I'm doing desktop, if I get Pro Now, am I signing up or am I
Wait,
logging in with the same
you're on your phone. Is
credentials?
it free?
Yes, it's free on the
Okay.
phone. Clarify that, because I'm confused. I want to make sure.
So you want to sign up here to get Pro Now, but you want to sign in. Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure. You can try to sign in and see if it will connect so that you don't lose the content you've already worked on. But it may, because you already have a account on your phone, it may try to trick you into the $19.99. I don't know for sure. I am not going to be the person to say I know, but I would try it first with the email. I'm going to make sure to share the link that Lisa just shared afterwards with you guys again. So whether you sign up now and go in and do it, but it's basically what's going to happen is either you're just going to let you connect to your email, or you're going to have to create it with a new email or different email, so that way you can get it for the $9.99. I hope it doesn't make you create a new one, but it might.
Did it make you, when
That's
you,
okay.
didn't you have the free, I'm sorry, didn't you have the free version at first, Alicia?
Yeah, I did. I had the free version at first, and no. Remember, I had Pro for $9.99 a month, and then it canceled me when TikTok went down, and then I was mad because I wanted to re-sign up, and I had to I wound up finding a back way to re-sign up for it on I don't know why I said unsupported region.
Did you have to use a different email account to
Nope, I used
create?
the same one.
And so you were able to get your content that you already had back.
I was, but I guess it's been about 2 months ago. And whenever the TikTok went down, the ban happened, and then it came back up. Later just sent email, is TikTok getting banned? Of course they did. And if TikTok gets banned, that's why the monthly is probably smarter. I probably should have went with the monthly just in case, but I don't feel like it'll be banned. I feel like if it goes away, it'll be away for a couple of days. And and I did find a VPN to use while it was down. I just personally like it. And I know people are like, InShot is good. It's not. It doesn't work as well for me as CapCut does. Takira, go ahead, girl.
Inside of CapCut, the desktop version, I have 2 spaces.
Okay, you can have multiple spaces.
But on the one space, it's not showing the option like to convert to like the long form video. Like when I go to the home page, how do I get what's inside of the workspace I can't move it into there. I have to like create it from
workspace is not the paid workspace, then yes, you're gonna have to move it in. You're gonna have to get the content out. So just download it and then put it into the paid workspace.
So you're saying that under my paid account, I can view an unpaid workspace?
Because you might be added to someone else's workspace.
Oh, I'm not. So I don't know how to do that. Okay. Ooh, child.
What I would do is in this workspace that has the content you need, I would save that content, just download it, and then I would delete that workspace once you have the content out of there, and then I would put it into the one that you're paying for. Because it sounds like you probably signed up with a new email, and it's just got both of them there together.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
All right. I don't know why I say unsupported region. We might have to figure out how to finagle a little bit on the back end, Sabrina. I'll look into that piece, but I will drop this replay for y'all. Y'all know I got school pickup or I'd stay on a little later today. But I will drop this replay for y'all today. And tomorrow I'm flying to Orlando to get ready to speak. Nails are done. Outfits are ready. I think I had one more outfit come in today. And so I'm excited. I made new business cards. I don't know if y'all saw them in my stories, but I made new business cards. I will share the template with you guys. Y'all know what. So for those of you that are new here, whatever I do, y'all can ask like, if I do something and I think it's cool and you think it's cool and you want it, I will share it with you. I am not a gatekeeper. That's not my style. But I did make these new business cards. So I'm super proud of them. They have my Instagram on the front. Just a couple of things that I felt like highlighted who I was. Lisa, hey, you on there. And oh, wait, y'all not seeing this. Are y'all seeing this?
Yes, we can see it.
And then on the back, it has like my name and my hand. I did this too. I'm gonna zoom in on it. My handle is the same across socials. I didn't want to do all these different, one for everyone. I put all of them in one thing. This is my handle. Of course, I have my business number on here, and then I have my email, and then I have to replace this. But this is gonna be my free resources link for them. So,
Okay, wait, where's the template? Where's the template for this?
I shared the template with y'all. I was just showing y'all.
And or where are you gonna send it to get it printed?
Oh, I'm sending it to Staples to get it printed.
Okay.
But yes,
Yes.
let me you want me to drop it in the society so that way it's not here in the
Please, yes. Yes, because I need new business cards. I love it.
I thought it was just something unique. So all right. If y'all have questions, as always, drop them in society. Tomorrow and Friday, I may be a little slow getting back to y'all, so just give me a little bit of time. But super excited for all this to come, and I'm so glad to see y'all here. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.